ERP will finally be gone now. And here's the thing, criminals will also be scared now. Here's everything about ERP 2.0 I'll simplify and summarize for you. Don't see if you don't understand my essence, you idiot. So ERP which stands for everyday rob people is actually 25 no, it's every time raise prices yeah, makes sense Yeah, the current ERP is almost 25 years old. The first ERP gantry was put out on 1st April 1998 along road and since then they popped up as fast as new McDonald's hours in Singapore. Back then, the IUs were also progressively installed in all vehicles. For those who don't drive, the IU is a machine in your car that pays for everything, like ERP and parking. You should know how the current ERP was. Do you know that plans for the new ERP started way back in 2006? You see, currently ERP works by having gantries that will charge you for passing their gantry during certain periods. The goal is to encourage people to avoid their road during congested period which is why I wonder why LTA didn't set up one at the causeway. Then back in 2006, LTA actually ran a pilot to see if they can use pricing instead. Kind of like nowadays, they just put the gantry there cause based on aggregation, you'll be congested there. But the pilot use real-time data, kind of like those Google Maps to know if a road is indeed congested, which doesn't make sense cause roads in Singapore is either very congested or very congested. It works and then we all cry cause in 2016, a chicken tender was caught and then it was announced that from 2020, the old ERP will be replaced with the new ERP, which they call the ERP 2.0. But we all know what happened in 2020. COVID-19 came and then the brand was shelved to end 2021 instead. But then again, got another problem. Back then, there was a shortage of microchips. This is a worldwide problem. So once again, the brand was shelved to end 2023 instead, which is now. This time, no more excuses. It's now announced that the installation will start from 1st November 2023. Firstly for company vehicles. Soon, it will be for our private vehicles. For our private vehicles, we'll receive notifications to install and all vehicles will have the new IU, which is now called the onboard unit by 2025. As of now, the distance-based charging won't be implemented yet, but of course they'll implement it in the future. For vehicles like cars, there will be 3 units: an antenna, a screen, and a processing unit to put your card. The antenna and the processing unit is compulsory, but for the screen, you can opt out, because if you want to, you can use a phone instead. As for the processing unit, it won't be in front of you, but at the seat instead, because it's to avoid the heat. Also, if any of the units is spoiled, we can also replace just one of them. But let's face it, the most reliable system in the world is ERP with a downtime of 0.00000%. Now here's the thing, would your wife be able to track where you go? But of course, your phone is recording every movement, so you cannot avoid your wife stalking you. But this new ERP system cannot, because it's supposed to be used like the current ERP we have. Of course, whether it can detect if you are speeding or not, we don't know. But seriously, if you are worried, then you really shouldn't be even on the roads. But however, just like anything, with the best example being the Trace Together saga, there's this section 20 of the Criminal Protocol Code, which says the police to have the power to get you to produce data for criminal investigation. So if you intend to kill your cat, don't don't drive to a place to bury the body. If not, the police will know. If you think you have learned something, consider subscribing and also watch this video to be smarter.